This DVD is of a very short visit to Kurseong and the Sojasi operation Chimney in West Bengal, India, by myself, Ben Hockhausen, and my daughter Jeannie Brown in October of 2011. The weather was a pleasant 25 degrees centigrade, but Chimney was in the clouds during the whole visit. We received the usual warm welcome by Cecilia George, Cece, and many of her workers. Father Abe travels up the mountain to Chimney every Wednesday to visit the Sojasi managers, the same people he trained during the days of the Sasak operation. One of the small rooms in the training center was converted for his personal use. Although advancing years have slowed Father Abraham physically, he is as mentally alert as ever. Before we arrived in India, I was invited to attend a meeting of the Sojasi Board of Directors. Prior to the board meeting, while visiting Father Abe in his quarters, we were joined by the board chairman, Father Lobo, the financial manager of the Jesuit province of West Bengal, and the board secretary, Father Sherian, principal of the 2,000-student St. Alphonsus School built by Father Abraham decades ago. Interestingly, much of the conversation was about the possibility or desirability of Sojasi, formerly Sasek II, reuniting with Woodcott, formerly Sasek I, and both to be operated by the present Sojasi management. The consensus was that, as in the past, the two operations complemented each other and could be more efficiently operated by a single entity of knowledgeable managers. The board met in a meeting room in the training center. Board members present, starting from the left, are Mrs. Sabita Ruth, a member of the Sojasi management team, Jaydeep Ray, manager of one of the largest tea plantations in West Bengal, Father Abraham, Father Lobo, Father Kennedy, director of Hayden Hall in Darjeeling, Father Sherian, Cece, and Lashand Ruth, a member of the management team. Absent were Miss Radha Kirky, manager of Hayden Hall, and member-elect Mr. Kume, owner of a large photo and electronic store in Kurseong. Okay. Cece reported that the old compost building has been converted to a 5-stall cow barn. Initially, 2 cows would be purchased to supply milk and also manure to enhance the compost operation. She reported that there are now a total of 1,254 square meter beds in operation. She also reported that during 2010 and thus far in 2011, there were a total of 98 persons trained in composting and mushroom production, many sponsored by the Sikkim government. Cece advised that they were not able to obtain as many saplings as they would like for the memorial forest and had converted a number of the square meter beds to sapling production. Mr. Ray advised that he had contacts which could supply as many saplings as of the local types of trees as Sojasi wished to plant. The matter of completing the construction of the community hall, halted 4 years ago due to lack of funds, was discussed at length. As there is no facility in the Chimney area for meetings of residents and area farmers for funerals, weddings, social gatherings, educational programs, and so on, it was the consensus of the board that completion of at least a portion of their proposed building for multipurpose use should be considered at this time. Father Abraham agreed to get a good estimate to enclose at least the main floor of the building. The meeting ended with a prayer. A video tour of the Sojasi operation follows. The training center is built on the top of a steep valley. From the training center balcony on a sunny day, there is a picturesque view of the valley terminating at the plains 20 kilometers distant and some 6,000 feet below. Also to the north is the magnificent view of the Kanchenjunga Range, including Mount Kanchenjunga, the third highest peak of the Himalayas. Now showing is an overview of the garden, the compost building, and the retaining wall. Every few feet along the length of the square meter beds are curved bamboo frames. The framework is covered with heavy plastic removable sheet, which provides protection from heavy monsoon rains and possible light frost. Gardens are operated year-round with continuous harvesting of vegetables, sorting, and preparation for market. Work is performed by local people. Wages, albeit minimal, are adequate to support their families. The use of compost is the key to the prolific production of vegetables. A new compost building was constructed soon after Sojasi started operating. The building has several bins holding compost in various stages of formation. Tops from harvested root vegetables and any other greens or vegetable matter are cut with a large shredder and put into bins. Manure is soon to be added to the raw compost. As composting is in progress, it is mixed and moved from bin to bin until it is ready for use in the beds. The use of azolla has also been introduced. Azolla is an algae type of material which contains up to 50% nitrogen and is used to enhance production of green leafy vegetables. Perforated plastic bags are sewn to size. Sterilized straw is cut into short lengths and packed into the plastic bags along with oyster mushroom spore. Bags are suspended from the ceiling of a large room in the training center. As mushrooms develop on the outside of the bags, they are harvested, weighed, and packaged for market. Mushrooms are a good cash crop. As with the vegetable operation, local labor is used. A short distance from the training center and gardens is Good Shepherd Village. The partially built community hall is located in the village. The reinforced concrete framework is complete. Constructing an exterior walls at the main level would provide a single-story multi-use building until such time as a second story and the roof can be built. The level below the main floor could be used to house cows for a dairy operation. Since 1966, Father Abraham has built 56 small concrete block homes for the poor and handicapped. 26 of these houses are in Good Shepherd Village. Each house has 2 small rooms and a loft. All of the houses have rudimentary sanitary facilities. The Sojasi Memorial Forest is located on government land immediately above the training center. At one time, the area was covered with native trees. Over the years, they were removed by the poor for firewood. The removal of natural tree growth on the steep slopes allowed monsoon rainfall to cause landslides. Father Abraham promoted a reforestation program to not only reduce landslide hazards, but also to provide employment for the poor. During the last 15 years, 150,000 trees have been planted, and many are now mature. The program continues in the Sojasi Memorial Forest at Chimney. One last view of the Sojasi operation. In the entry court of the training center is a creche of the Holy Family showing St. Joseph the Worker. It is an apt depiction of the work and spirit of Sojasi.